We've also seen William back in business and back down the pub.
This is brilliant.
I like this.
The Wetherspoons.
So he's at
He's been to
Wetherspoons.
Spoons.
Yeah, a British institution. I wonder if it's his first visit to a Spoons.
I think he's the first man who's ever worn a suit to Spoons.
Yes, exactly. He's meeting Aston Villa fans. He's, of course, Aston Villa's most famous fan, arguably. Meeting Aston Villa fans at Wetherspoons at Birmingham New Street Station. It was after he'd been in Birmingham for a visit as a new patron of paramedics at UK, and he stopped, he had a pint, he bought a round for the Villa fans.
Did he really? I mean, whose cars is he using?
Well, yes, we don't actually see him pay.
No,
do we?
I don't think he just ordered it.
And his grandmother famous.
It's good PR nonetheless.
Did he not tap and go?
I don't think he did get his phone out.
His bank card had Coots Bank written on it. So.
It looks like,
You know what, you're all laughing and scoffing, but maybe he did get around in. This wasn't as spontaneous as the picture might suggest, though. This had been planned.
You're right to say he didn't just pop into Wetherspoons and happen to find some Aston Villa
Drinks
fans.
are on me!
They were having a match with Everton later that evening, but there was a bit of range, so I do take that whole photo call with a little pinch of scepticism.
Well, they carefully picked Villa fans.
Carefully picked some Villa fans for the Prince to have a pint with, but nevertheless, in terms of Palace PR, it's not a bad one to have the Prince pictured in Spoons.
And also, just very nice for him to be able to sit down with a bunch of fellow supporters to talk in huge detail about their team and their prospects, because as we understand it, that's pretty much what was under discussion. I mean, that must be lovely for him in so many ways.
And we often talk about public figures, in their football teams and how real a fan they actually are, how genuine a fan William really is.
Yeah.
A massive Aston Villa fan, has been for, all his life pretty much, and he's passed that love on to George. He takes him to matches with him. It's a big passion of his, and I think he will have really enjoyed to have that kind of chat.
Yeah,
banter.
but also you think about it in the context of that conversation, right? You're sat around, you're talking about your team, you're all sharing your opinions. It's probably the only time that members of the public feel any level of confidence to push back at the future King of England and go, no.
No,
To challenge him. To have a regular exchange as people do, and we take that very much for granted.
I want to know what this guy at the back is thinking. He's just there on his own with a cup of coffee, and he's got the future king sat there talking football. We're thinking, I didn't expect this when I came in for my 90 pence cup of coffee.